Hey, look at that. We're fancy. Okay.
You can call that.
The following moments may contain explicit language.
It starts with a quarter, a phenomenon that had to happen when the TV set married the computer.
In the arcades.
An old favorite is back.
We've played every game until we're bored of it.
In arcades across America, pinball is bouncing back.
Welcome to the program. We are, as always, Lawrence Adams and Dean Robley, and we are recording once again in person amidst the flashing lights of the pinball machines at the 9 3/4 Arcade in Santa Cruz, California. Don't lie, you want to be here too. How's it going, man? How you doing, Dean?
Good. It's hot.
It's very, very hot right now. And, it's only going to get hotter, too, with the Indian summer stuff that we got going on. Like, by the time you reach September, it's going to be miserable.
Yeah, the fog started going in. I was like, oh,
I know.
Finally, the first day of summer.
I know.
It took this long.
It did take this long.
But I love the fog.
Yeah, I'm really happy because you just got Jaws in. I'm going to never shut up about it for a while. It's my favorite game. It's just my flat-out favorite game. The other thing I got to brag about is winning leagues this last season. It was a lifetime accomplishment for me. Hopefully things just keep going up in terms of accomplishments, but that was a feather in my cap, not a bee in my bonnet. That's ridiculous. That's the opposite of something good. Anyways, today on the program, we are going to be talking about home arcade and pinball news and updates, our current pinball repairs, losses, and triumphs, and we will be talking all about that amazing year in pinball, 1992. But first, it's arcade and pinball news, all the news that flips. I'm going to go over all arcade stuff real quick because I know Dean doesn't give a shit, but there is actually news this time. Unico plans to release 3 full-size arcade cabs. They're likely going to be the same hardware found in their Nova Blast, so they're going to be empty. So you can hook up anything you want to them. You can hook up an Xbox or you can hook up actual arcade hardware, and they just go.
You can use it anytime, anywhere.
There's no word on the cab shapes yet, but we can assume a big red Neo Geo. There's a heavily rumored big blue, and I would give what's left of my teeth for a Mortal Kombat or a Konami 4-player, but we'll see what's going on. Iconic Arcade finally shows some life as they email their pre-order customers with a poll on what art package they want for the final version of Street Fighter II Arcade. And the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection made its debut in EVO and announced Mortal Kombat Trilogy will ship with the game, which gives me a chubby. As far as pinball news goes, we are actually lighter on pinball news this week than we are on arcade news. The only thing that's going on is the announcement, like the actual announcement of Spike 3. They're saying it's going to be on the next game.
Cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if you're not caught up on this because I just heard about all this today.
Yeah.
Shout out to Loser Kid, actually. They're the ones that got the interview with George Gomez. So here's the stuff that stuck out to me. The sound system is going to be completely revamped so that you can use wireless headphones when you're standing at the pin.
Cool. Every time you go to click on your Bluetooth, you're in the portal, like the Godfather shows up.
Does it really? I never noticed that.
I don't know if it's so you could play music on it or so that you could play hits.
Yeah. I mean, just the idea, though, of not having a headphone jack where you can just step up to the machine, throw your earbuds in, and, listen to the game at whatever volume you want. And also, as a streamer, that would help me immensely. And also, I just know they said better sound system across the board. They've got competition these days. You've got Pin Sound, Pin Woofer, all the different ones that are out there.
Yeah, you get a thing, you want to hear it, sounds sick. We think of it as quadraphonic.
Surround sound.
Just dedicate one room, or just turn one game on.
It's a bummer when you can't hear everything in the game, right? When we're in here, if you turned all these games up to 11, you wouldn't be able to hear yourself think, right?
Yeah.
So you just can't do it.
I love that noise.
I do too, though. When I'm at home, I will sometimes turn all my games up and just sit there like it's 1990 and be like, okay, I'm in heaven. They also said a better display. I'm really hoping that they keep most of the backlash of backlash. I like trans lights, so I'm guessing the better means bigger because that's what it always means at TVs, right? So they're probably going to be bigger, but I'm hoping. I like the back glasses. I kind of hope they keep that and maybe just find better real estate for the screen they have, or maybe just lose a couple of vertical inches and not the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's tried and true.
And a couple of vertical inches goes a long way, folks.
Wait a minute.
But particularly with screens where, that means a lot more diagonal space, jokes aside. Yeah, like I said, due to be out with the next release is going to have the Spike 3, according to George Gomez. He also said innovations will continue with subsequent releases, and he specifically mentioned the lighting. What's that called? The immersive lighting or something called it?
They have expression.
Expression lighting. That's what. Yeah. So the interior expression lighting on a game, he said it's going to be like knock your socks off. So I'm
Factory mirror blades.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be
Those
great.
are the best thing you could ever do to a pinball machine, dude. It just helps open up that whole universe.
Yeah, I am
But
actually looking to put them on my Shadow.
Love that so much.
There are black mirror blades you can get, and on Shadow, I think those would look killer. They would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I really like, just for some cheapness, dude, I kind of want to use our vinyl cutter and just cut mirror vinyl.
You probably could, man.
For like
It would also,
$10,
yeah.
you get a roll of 50 or, whatever.
yeah,
I'm like, dude, I'll replace that. It's not going to look perfect,
yeah.
but it's going to give you a little reflection.
It probably would look better than you think it would. I don't know if have you ever put art blades on?
No.
I was shocked at how easy it was. Like I was like, I thought I was.
in water.
Yeah, well, you peel off the back. I actually have a video about this on YouTube if you guys want to go check it out, listeners.
Do it.
That you spray the back with Windex after you peel the thing off, and then you apply it, and you can like literally move it around all you want.
Yeah,
and then
tint.
yeah, and then once you leave it for like an hour, then they're completely sealed on. And it's like, dude, if you were able to get an adhesive on the back of the yeah, well, there you go. Then you're all set. I bet you would come out way better than you think.
Yeah, I just didn't know this idea for a long time. So people, please do this. I want someone to do this.
Also, the fact that it's
But I'm
not
also-
like because traditional mirror blades are actually pretty stiff. They're like an actual like mirrored material.
Yeah. But a lot of games you are just, like tight on tolerance.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why people scratch the shit out of their mirror blades.
And you
So
spend like $10 on some vinyl mirrors, and then you just replace them.
that could be awesome, dude. That could be an actual
Here's
thing.
another idea. I really want to see some privacy lenses or privacy glass on a back glass.
Oh, that would
This
be
is one
cool.
that I've been sitting on for a while. Like, the cell phones, you just look.
Right, you
it's
can't
like
see them until
everything
you're dead
can see
on.
me.
Yeah.
And so if you walk in, you just don't see me the back glass from like an angle. But if you're head on, you see it,
That would be neat.
It'd be kind of fun. Or
That
at
would
least
be a
have it polarized in such a way that it doesn't reflect down.
Right.
And it might be cheaper
Right.
than a big, like, what, free something for Invisiglass.
Yeah, invisible, dude.
Which also is sick too, get Invisiglass and mirror blades.
Yeah, it is sick. I'm actually, again, also with my Shadow, I'm thinking about Invisiglass because every time I stream, I have to take the glass off and it's in an awkward spot. I can't get the glass all the
Yeah.
way off without moving the pin. And so I'm
Right.
like, if I had Invisiglass, then I wouldn't have to even take the glass off. So I'd be
love it,
fine.
dude. It's like I'll walk by and I'm like, "Is glass on there?" And I open it.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
It's
That's
so-
pretty sick.
But yeah, privacy film.
I would want that.
for computers.
I was gonna say I'd almost want it for the display because then if I'm playing a game and I'm surrounded by people that know what they're doing, they can't see how shitty my score is, right? You could have your privacy, right?
Do a little, yeah, right.
Exactly. No one can see it unless they're standing there. I mean, directly behind you, I
Yeah,
guess, but that's
rude.
creepy.
And that's the way the news goes.
All right, on to our top story. We're going to talk about the magical year of 1992 and the Williams Empire. I mean, Williams really stomped on the Terra in 1992. We're actually going to make some honorable mentions for 1990 and 1991. I don't have everything there, just a couple of things because they are definitely worth mentioning. And this 3-year period actually represents one of the most crucial transitions in pinball history, from the end of the System 11 era to the beginning of the WPC revolution that would define the 90s golden age. The real focus of this episode is 1992, when everything started clicking. I would be remiss, however, if I did not include the honorable mentions from 1990 and 1991. So 1990 is the final System 11 year, man. That was it. I mean,
Williams, yeah.
Yeah, it was the final System 11C platform before the WPC transition. It was the last of the alphanumeric displays before the DMD revolution. And they were really building a design team that would dominate the 90s. I mean, they were everyone. When you think of 90s pinball, we all have our games that we love from other distributors, but Bally Williams is they're the kings.
Oh, they're
right?
so good.
Yeah. They're the head of the mouse. So my honorable mention from 1990 is Whirlwind. They would be sad to leave that off the list. Whirlwind is just a fantastic game. I actually will sometimes play it on my cell phone when I'm waiting for something because it's just such a great game. It's a Pat Lawler. It's a System 11. It has if you get one that has the topper still working, it actually has a fan on top that blows when the discs spin, which is actually such a kitsch pinball perfect thing to add to a game. It really is a great example of physical effects enhancing theme integration in the very beginning. And then on to 1991. This is the pivotal transition year from System 11C to WPC. We get the first dot matrix displays with Terminator 2.
Excellent.
And we begin the multimedia pinball era, so to speak. Terminator 2 is my first honorable mention. It's a Steve Ritchie. It's a WPC. It's the first DMD. It's based on the biggest, it's a huge blockbuster movie. There was actual movie footage integration in terms of turning it into dots, right? Which is pretty cool.
DMV forever, yeah.
It's one of the most successful and influential machines ever.
It was my first machine ever.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it at I worked at a pizza spot.
That's
and
awesome.
I was such an Arnold kid, dude.
Yeah.
I just loved Arnold. He was just like such a kid to me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, would look over,
I'm with you.
barely able to see, and I see the red eyes of the little skeleton robot.
That's so
oh
cool.
my God, what is this? This is so cool. That's how I got into pinball.
It really is that good of a game in terms of also just in terms of appearance, like you said. If you're a fan of Arnold and you're a fan of those movies and you see that thing somewhere, you're gonna be like, what? At the very least, you're gonna stop and look, right? Like that's gonna stop you in your tracks.
Yeah.
It is still, I think it's a great game. It is, by today's standards, a little bit shallow in terms of rule set. I could still play it for a couple hours, no matter what, if I walked in and saw one. And that brings us to 1992, where the golden age begins. Full embrace of the WP system and DMD technology, introduction of Fliptronics for precise flipper control, and it's the year that essentially saved the pinball industry. Williams was in really bad need of a hit. Arcade games were taking over. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter stole all the business from pinball. It was just like before when it happened, in the 70s to 80s transition.
The screens brought the follow the ball.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly right. So Williams really,
Is that why Bally Williams was called like the combo?
Yeah, well, it's also really called Midway Bally Williams because Midway, after they had successful year, they got bought by Midway, right? And so Midway on Mortal Kombat, they owned everything, and so you end up with this kind of huge conglomerate that just dominated the American space for video games and pinball.
And then they buy it and then just kill it.
Yeah, basically. Well, at least it took them 10 years, but they still, pinball went out in the 90s basically around the same time video games did, though. Like arcades died. It wasn't like a specific thing died off. It was just arcades in general.
Takes a minute for people to realize, oh wait, that was the sickest thing. We should do that again.
And that's what we're doing now, right? And we're actually going to go through every Williams game released in 1992.
Heck yeah, people.
So if we miss anything, let us know. midlifearcade@gmail.com.
There's a pop quiz.
Exactly. There will be a quiz at the end. Pencils down. The first game is The Getaway, High Speed 2, which is beloved by some people, and I honestly think it's a lot of fun myself. It's a Steve Ritchie, which actually kind of surprises me. Like, this is the Steve Ritchie of old, right? Like, intense action design. It's a different Steve Ritchie. It is not a flow monster. It's a clunk monster. The thing doesn't really have anywhere the ball goes. Pretty much everywhere the ball goes, it stops or goes around in a loop and comes back down. And you don't even control it when it does that. But it is, it's fantastic. It is a fun game.
I'm just thinking about this this is kind of an era where pinball was starting to get like independent mechanism.
It really was.
Things because back in the day, you see it. It's almost like they pop lumbers and saucers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not too much in Target.
There's also too much.
And it's like the same machine over and over and over.
Yeah,
with just a different feed.
Right, it was, and now all of a sudden you have usually the game is built around a mech or a couple of mechs that are 100% unique to the game, right? And that's which is really freaking cool, and why I think they're so beloved. Then we get to the Addams Family, and this is where the entire universe of pinball changes. Pat Lawler and Larry DeMar built this game, 1991. It's based on the 1991 movie. It has, the mansion playfield design, the thing flipper, that's the small flipper. It's got the electric chair scoop. It's got Cousin's Hideout. It's got perfect movie theme integration as far as I'm concerned. Right. It is the best-selling pinball machine ever, and it essentially saved the pinball industry. It really is, in my opinion, a case study in perfect licensed theme execution. This is the first time we get... Yeah.
Like the history that I watched or whatever they were talking about, they didn't ask for any money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, oh, sick. You want to make a pinball situation? Do it.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys need. Like, that's so sick.
That shit will never happen again, ever.
It's
like,
rad.
You know what I mean? Like, everything will be a huge...
Yeah. I know Christina Ricci.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huge crush.
Yeah, dude, she was everyone's...
Mike Pinball.
Yeah, she was everyone's childhood crush, I think. I don't think she's, like, out of our age group either, so, there's always hope.
I don't know.
There's always that hope that one day she'll just walk into your pinball parlor and ask you to teach her a lesson. I don't know. Where am I going with this? I don't fucking know.
We try to make this radio drama thrilling.
Distraction.
Yeah, but regardless, so back to the actual point, though, for one game, so Terminator 2 did really well, but it wasn't enough. Like, there were still lots of concern at Williams from what I've read and what I've understood from listening to their interviews. And once Addams Family hit, it just took fire. Like, there was nowhere that they wouldn't put one of those things. There was some places had multiple, like there would be 5 of them in a row.
So you can say, in essence, the people who did Addams Family, who didn't ask for the license fees and all this kind of stuff, might have made it possible for them to not have as much overhead.
That's true
So they were
too.
more willing to hey, let's just bang this thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's technically those guys kind of give them that's kind of cool. It's
Yeah.
hey, you guys are doing this. Let's just have it, make it, do it.
That is a really good point. The other thing that's worth actually mentioning, I know tournament players can get kind of tired of Addams Family because you see it everywhere. It's in every tournament you're ever going to play in.
Good at it.
But you absolutely get good at it. But he is worthy of being in that position. That game is so fun.
Yeah.
It is. Every once in a while, especially after you played it a ton and then you kind of wear out on it. Every once in a while, though, you'll get called back to it and just be like, okay, I got to tour the mansion. You just have to. It has arguably one of the best multi-ball segments in history. Showtime, and you got actually Raul Julia.
That same thing back on.
I know. And the integration of the knocker and it's got the most crazy integration of magnets. It's got the 2 ramps. It's got scoops all over the place. The ramp at the back that feeds into the saucer, that's your skill shot, and then also kicks out to go to your third flipper. That is one of the coolest shots ever because it's all the way at the back of the playfield. It's this little tiny ramp. The ball just jumps it, right? And then just rolls down. It's dude, that's such a creative shot.
Yeah.
And it's always satisfying, too, with that big kathunk.
And I like that there's 2 outs of the pop-up area. It's cool because it might come out sketch to the right, or it could just feed out to a little fake flip. And I think that's really fun to have multiple ways out of a certain scenario.
Yeah, I always forget it's when I'm talking about it casually, I always forget it's a 4 flipper game because that little flipper is, I think you kind of learn not to use it when you actually learn how to play the game, right?
Yeah.
But it's definitely, obviously it's still there. So it's a 4 flipper game, which is pretty crazy. In 1992, we get Black Rose. It is a pirate themed game. I don't know have you ever played Black Rose?
I don't know. Yeah, I know.
So I have, I gotta say, it's got the wide flipper gap, some other games. It's got the
lightning.
No, it's more like Ghostbuster style, where the
Just
gap is
made
just
big.
bigger. Yeah, like Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's just
No post.
no post. It's just brutal that way. It's got a really interesting layout. I think I actually really enjoy it. The whirlpool shot, which is like a ramp to the right that takes it around in a wire form after it gets up the plastic. It can drop into the pops, which is always a fun thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And it's got the way it's designed is that the back of the playfield, the back box part, is the other pirate ship. And so you're fighting this other pirate ship by shooting the ball at it, which is pretty cool. It's got video modes that are absolutely impossible. Yeah. It has a pretty big cult following, but it's not. It's one of those games. It's not super popular. Yeah, and also it's I think that the cannon mechanism is probably the thing people think most about it, where it's because it's got that cannon in the middle of the playfield, and the ball will go into it, and then it rotates back and forth, and when you hit the flippers, it actually shoots the ball.
It's kind of a lot like Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's very similar. I mean, Pirates probably borrowed a lot. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
So that's a cool way to do that. Let's just do it.
Yeah, it's I mean it's kind of like how Jaws actually Keith Elwin obviously took some notes from Baywatch, right? It's the games are nothing alike, but there's lots of little nods to Baywatch in Jaws, right? You have the little flipper on the right. You have search and rescue missions, which are in Baywatch, right? Flat out. So it's interesting that he took those little nods just to be okay, well, it's still pinball, so let's have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And then in 1992 we get Doctor Who, which is actually one of the few games I haven't played from this era.
Really?
I would love to too.
That's one of the only ones I have.
I am a Whovian too, so I would love to play it. I've heard tournament players always have mixed things to say about everything, but I would love to play it.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I watched a lot of video on it. I wish I had more to say on it in this episode, but it is listed here because it is in 1992. And again, more licensing. It's actually, when you think about it, it's international licensing because Holly Williams was an American company and Doctor Who was BBC. So it's how the hell did they pull that off, right?
Conversion rates.
Yeah, exactly. And then finally into 1992, we get Fishtails, which... Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like it. It's one of those. It's such a divisive game. I just can't. It's not that I when I first step up to it and I start playing it, I like it. But then it's okay, but then what though? Where's the next? It's just a combo monster.
Just fishing.
Which I guess is fine.
You're fishing.
Yeah,
just cast again. Who cares?
Yeah, it's got essentially. So actually, it's funny to mention it though because all the things I like about Papa Duke games, for example, right? Is the fact that he has no symmetry whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
Mark Ritchie, however, who is also the designer of Fishtails, loves symmetry. He does the crisscross ramps in the middle of the playfield all the time. He does. I mean, he loves symmetry in his games, and there is never a better example of symmetry in a game than Fishtails. It's the entire fucking playfield.
It makes you have to get good at both left and right hands.
That is true, though. I would imagine as a trainer,
Yeah.
That game is fantastic because like I'm learning this from Shadow, right? Like Shadow has two ramps similar to that. I mean, or two shots similar to that. Not exactly on though, because one of the ramps is in the lower third, one is in the top third. But like when you're shooting at a ramp like that, especially when they both return to the flippers, you got to be spot on every time. If you brick, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah, and Fishtails is a lot like that too. You brick and you're
no
done.
Fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
No Fear.
Steve Ritchie.
No Fear is Steve Ritchie.
But
Yes. Yeah.
I was originally gonna put it here in the table tennis room because I was just it's.
I love that
fast. It's
game.
like,
I love that fucking game.
Flapping it'll get you kind of like in the cadence.
Yeah.
So if you're not playing like or warming up, you can just like play No Fear
Yeah.
in here and like and then begin.
Yeah. I hate to say it. I think this area is going to fill up eventually. Unless
Oh,
unless
no,
we-
it is. That's why I learned all this.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So No Fear
Okay.
is actually
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So that is the wonderful year of 1992. It literally, when you think about it, we start with the System 11s, which don't get me wrong, there are some great System 11 games. There are probably more honorable mentions for 1990 that I could have done, but Whirlwind really to me is the standout. It's the Addams family of 1990. And Terminator 2 obviously is the quote unquote Addams family of 1991. You get, and once you get past that, so, I mean, every game I listed, even if I don't have memories of it, like say Doctor Who, I mean, people, you list those Bally Williams games to people, they're going to know most of the games on the list, right? And of course, Addams Family is just synonymous with pinball at this point. I would actually love to do a deep, now we start discussing it, I'd actually love to do a deep dive on Addams Family because I've been wanting to do reviews and stuff like that, but like do them our way. And so that's a larger discussion, but I think that could be cool. All right, so let's move on to our final segment here. What are you fixing? What are you working on right now?
Oh man, dude, Houdini. I finally got some argon, and I was able to weld the stage mechanism.
Yeah.
Because originally the welds on it were just tiny little.
Oh yeah.
slot welds, like they were tiny. I couldn't believe that it lasted for as long as it did.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Because dude, I think it's wrapped.
Oh yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's like no, that kind of vibration is totally what's just gonna break the weld. So
Right. Well, I mean, just
yeah.
the shaker motor in that game alone is fucking nuts. It has the gnarliest shaker motor of any game I've ever played.
Yeah.
It shakes the room when you're in it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's pretty
Well,
rad.
we are upstairs with it too. That's kind of
That's true. Yeah, I know. I keep waiting for it to go through the floor.
Yeah, it's so rad. Yeah, so I finally got that. Now I need to put it back in the spring core of that machine. Like it's so deep in that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Is No Fear operational at this point?
no.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's just the transformer. We're just waiting on the stars to align for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't anyone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anyone out there?
If anyone out there, seriously, guys, if anyone out there has a transformer, you know, that they just have laying around for a No Fear, same one as Shadow, actually.
The nasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that was it.
I know. I told you. It blew me away.
These are awesome.
It's all old parts that he like re-engineered to be new in any way that he thought was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sold.
Yeah. Scott's an easy site. Pinball Life people, check it out if you haven't already. If you own WPC games or anything that doesn't, you know, that there's not an active company producing parts for, I would check him out. Absolutely worth it. Right now, I'm actually working on my Shadow. My Shadow is actually, it's perfect. It's cherry. But there's this issue where when you hit the lower left ramp and you have the diverter set for it to go to the right, the ball will hang up on the micro switch sometimes. And I just recently found out, this is not just me. This is a known issue. Like
Not a ball speed thing.
well, it kind of is, but like every Shadow has this problem. Like it's not just me, in other words. Like, so what people have done is Scott Denisi actually made a micro switch. Well, no, he made a micro switch that has a longer and straight leaf on it, right? So what you do is you put that micro switch in, and then the part that activates is further down the wire form.
Yeah.
And so then it always will roll right past it.
Yeah.
The other problem with it too is that Brian Eddy coded the game in assembly. And so sometimes there's too much going on in the order of operations for the scoring.
You just start
that if
dropping
you,
stuff.
well, no, yeah, if you hit it up that ramp, it just won't register, even if you do it successfully.
Yeah, right.
So so
play slower.
yeah, exactly. And so that, from what I understand, the addition of this micro switch in place of the old one will actually cause it to register every time because it hits further down the line, right?
Yeah.
So like it's just enough time for the processor to catch up. But I haven't had a chance to solder it on yet. In fact, I'm a little nervous because I've never done soldering directly over my playfield. So I'm kind of like, okay, I got to
put down some cardboard.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, I got some triple quad fix.
Yeah.
Like man, I always did. Like if you're over anything, that's like I think, or it might have been Matthew Talley. He's like, do not drip solder in a bundle of wires.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be so bucked.
Yeah, you'll fuck everything up.
Yeah, like
Deep breathing
solder
plastic.
grips, you know, so just take the precautionary like safety situation.
Yeah, I'm less worried about the solder and the like protection of the playfield. I'm actually more nervous just because I have such limited space. Like I've been wanting to break my Ghostbusters down and redo the rubbers on it for a while, but just taking the ramp on Ghostbusters Pro off is a nightmare. So I'm just like, it's gonna wait until I have space. Like I got to do the rest of the cleaning this summer.
And it sucks when you like don't do it all at once. Because that's what happened with Houdini. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna bust this out real quick.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was an easy fix.
Right.
I realized it was completely broken.
Yeah.
And now all the parts are just over there.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about. Yep.
I don't even. I have a photo. I forgot. I don't know.
Right.
Dude, that's why I'm just dragging my feet a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you.
I just got to get in the right headspace personally.
Yep, I know. It's when the moment strikes and the mood hits you, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna finish this bitch, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to get
really good tip for procrastination that I learned years ago. Find something that you really want to do even less. Yeah, if you have something you want to do even less, all of a sudden you're just like, oh man, I really don't want to do that. I'm just gonna do this.
Do the other thing instead. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm gonna try that next time. Yeah, that's a great tip. That might be the best pinball tip we give you guys ever.
Yeah.
Well, dude, awesome. We got another banger in the can. I want to let everybody know to reach out to us. I am Midlife Arcade. It's at YouTube, at Twitch, at Twitter, at Facebook, at freaking Gmail. You can find me anywhere at Midlife Arcade, and you should. Please reach out. I stream pinball every Sunday and many days in between these days when the mood strikes me, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Dean, where can they find you?
9 3/4 Portal is our Instagram.
Yeah.
Our website's down. Dude, we're just a mysterious place.
Yeah, you are. But it's in the best way, though.
Yeah. People are like, what is this? What is this place? You know, like, if you want to figure it out, come.
Right.
If you don't, like, if not curious enough, we don't want you.
Yeah.
We want the true seekers.
It's a mirage and an oasis. The failed seekers need not apply.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Mail any questions, as always, topics, ideas, thoughts, concerns, ruminations about the show to midlifercade@gmail.com. We can even answer them on the air. Until then, this is Dean Rubley and Lawrence Adams saying, may all your scores be high and may all your balls be extra. We will see you next time.
Step through the wall and into the magic. 9 3/4 Pinball Arcade in Soquel, California. Dozens of classic and modern machines, wizard-level fun, and enough pins to make your head spin. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 3:33 to 11:11 p.m. Muggles welcome.